Hey guys, we're here to talk to you about some of the trailers we've been watching from the San Diego Comic-Con. I'm very sad that I didn't go. I didn't know it was going to be this awesome. I feel like we should have gone, but we're going to do this in parts. We're going to start out with the DC movies with Wonder Woman and Justice League. And if you haven't watched the trailers, we're going to have the link in the description, so you should totally watch them.
Suicide Squad's one of them.
And Suicide Squad, which they've done reshoots, extension reshoots on those.
But we'll get into that.
But we'll get into that. We'll start with Wonder Woman.
I think the trailer looks really good. I like the suit in the trailer so much better than I like the BVS suit.
Yes.
It had just the right types of humor elements. Chris Pine seems like
he seems like Chris Pine.
Yeah,
that's
Chris
the
Pine's
only
always
problem
Chris
I have.
Pine. He's one of those actors where he's just, but he's acceptable, and I think he's fine. I like some of the timing on his responses. Like when she's like, "Are you a man?" and he's just kind of like stares for a second. He's like, "Yeah."
Do I not look like one?
Do I not? At least in the trailer.
Yeah.
He seems to have pretty good timing, and I think it works. And it's like they're not overly hilarious statements, but the way he says them and the little pauses he gives makes them kind of funny. Yeah. So I'm hoping that's what a lot of the movie is like.
Yeah, and that the timing is the same.
Yeah, I really thought it was a solid trailer. The action sequences in the trailer,
were
the lasso,
phenomenal.
The whole thing was outstanding.
Yes. The
action sequence looks so great. In particular, there's this one shot where it looks like she gets hit and like there's like dust and like bits that fly off.
breaks on her knees.
Suddenly she slides on her knees and she's like tripping a guy and spinning. Like this whole sequence is gorgeous and it looks so great. And I'm actually pretty excited about the film. I think it looks good. What do you guys think?
Yes, it's definitely more loyal to the Wonder Woman Diana character from the comics than BVS was, in my opinion. From the color scheme of the costumes to the fact that we're doing a period piece because Diana is an ancient character. Now, I would have preferred they would have done like the World War II stories because that's when the character really began. But for this movie, they're doing World War I. Not a big deal, but I just would have preferred if it was 2 and they said it then because that's where a lot of the original stories came from. I mean, she was introduced back in the early 40s around World War II, and she, along with Superman and the others, fought the Nazis. So that would have been interesting to see, but, still, I mean, they do Themyscira right, they do Batala.
Yeah, that looked really good.
Right,
yeah.
her mom, and her how she was born is like, no, it's like, I don't have a father, Zeus made me. I was like, okay.
That's another one of those elements of Chris Pine's timing where he just kind of looks for a second and you hear like a little like in the back, and then he says, what's he say there? He says, well, that's
different.
Or that's nice, or something like that. And it's just like, it's meant to be funny, but it's not meant to be like Jim Carrey funny.
Yeah.
It's subtle funny.
Yeah, it's basically, a lot of his reactions feel like what you would feel like if you were just an average person talking to this weird lady that comes from...
Right.
Okay.
Like yeah. I agree.
I like the trailer also. I'm not a fan of all of her Diana moments. My favorite of her Diana moments is really at the end of the trailer when she's asking the secretary, what is a secretary? And she's like, that's a slave where I come from.
The secretary's like, I like her.
I like her a lot. So that one actually felt like a Diana moment because my favorite Diana is from the animated universe and how she is in Justice League Unlimited and Justice League. So that part feels like that Diana. Her Wonder Woman, though, I wasn't as much of a fan of it in BVS, like none of us were. But here, I really feel like her action sequences, just like you said, are amazing. Like her Wonder Woman is, and I don't know if she's worked more on it or something, but it's really good. I like it a lot.
I agree too. And Jazz pointed this out while we were watching the trailer. It doesn't just look like her suit is more colorful. It looks like the saturation on everything around her has been dulled just enough to give it kind of that muddied look, but then her suit is still bright.
Yeah, her suit is kind of oversaturated.
But it's not too bright either. It's like a more subtle red and blue. It's not like cartoony.
No. It's perfect.
It's really interesting.
And then her lasso, it looks so good. Even when it's not lit up and glowing, it still looks good. But the effects that they did on it to light it up and the way that it looked, so far, I'm really happy with all the graphics and all the choices they made with the color correction and everything. It looks really good.
I agree completely. Any other thoughts about Wonder Woman?
I'm definitely looking forward to it. She is a fantastic character. I mean, she was the very first female superhero in comic book history, and a lot of people in the past said, "It's like, hey, Wonder Woman film would never work." I
don't know why they thought that.
I totally disagree.
It's called misogyny,
right?
I was about to say, it's like, how would this not work? You got ancient Greeks, which is, fantastic stories, Wrath of the Titans.
Exactly, come on.
Yeah, Clash of the Titans, either one, both were crap. All of them were crap.
They were all crap.
It just says Zeus in the trailer.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. And you're doing it during, a world war, so it's another period piece. So you're having, two different worlds colliding.
From the trailers of BVS, we weren't happy, so we knew we weren't going to like that movie.
Oh, yeah.
This one, I'm hoping that it goes along with the way the trailer looks. Let's go to Justice League. Justice League, I have lots of fundamental issues with that. The main one for me is that I don't like that it's Batman trying to put the group together, because Batman historically has been a singular, I work by myself kind of person. The fact that he's putting the team together it doesn't make sense to me. That by itself doesn't make me happy. The other big thing for me, Batman and the Flash feels almost like word for word like the scene with Iron Man and Spider-Man.
And Peter Parker, I guess.
Yeah, well, Peter Parker. Yeah, it was
Civil
Tony
War.
Stark and Peter Parker. But it just felt like they were going for the same kind of scene, and I feel like Barry Allen should be older. He shouldn't be the age he is. They should have gone with Kid Flash if they wanted him to be that young.
Like 17 or 18.
Exactly. They could have gone with Wally West, because I feel like he's the more comedic Flash. Barry Allen wasn't really, to me, that funny. He was more of like, not serious, but he was just like an average dude to me.
Honestly, I'd have been fine with the actor's age if we weren't going for this old Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
So the age difference, like, it's fine for there to be an age difference, but the idea that Barry Allen is like 22 years or whatever younger than Batman or more feels a little odd to me. It just doesn't. I mean, I'm sure there's universes out there. I'm sure there's books that have him being much younger. I don't really know, but traditionally he's
close to the age, I thought. Yeah.
Well, he's a young forensic scientist, so he's definitely has to have his doctorate by then. So
exactly,
he's
like
in his
almost 30.
Yeah, he's pushing 30. Bottom line, he's pushing 30. Yeah. So but when you take a look at Ezra Miller, the actor. Yeah, he's.
I don't know his age,
but
he
looks 17.
Yeah, he looks young. I don't know his age off the top of my head either, but yeah, he looks like he's still in high school. And the fact that when you go to his place, looks like like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like Shredder.
It really did.
Like the Shredder compound. I'm like looking around. I'm waiting for like the number 2 coming. It's like, Doc.
You know what happened?
Yeah.
I actually thought when the scene first popped up, I thought they were in the Batcave.
Yeah, it looked like it. It didn't
but
look
then he's like, "Why are you in my house?" And you're like,
yeah,
that's the Flash's house.
Yeah,
like,
do you see all
the Flash live?
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
it looks like he's got money. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's really
not
odd.
a 17-year-old kid that can't afford things. He looks like an older guy who's had a job.
Yeah, that wasn't just an agreement. That's literally, for a minute, I was like, oh, they're totally in the Batcave. Why are they in the Batcave? But then I was looking at it like, that doesn't really look like the Batcave.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you're sitting in my second favorite chair, which is an amusing line.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they're going the route where he doesn't have any friends either. That's such a Spider-Man route. That's not, you know what I mean?
It's very hard to believe that Barry doesn't have any friends. I mean, come on.
Barry Allen was supposed to be a likable guy in the comics and things like that. And so he has friends. Like, and that just seems weird.
Yeah, I mean, basically it's Batman. The trailer's all Batman going around trying to ask people to help him. I love that Aquaman says no. But Barry Allen's like yes. Like before he even finishes, he's like, wait, yes, you're. And he's like, I don't really have any friends. I need to meet some people. And you're like,
it's just a Spider-Man.
Hey, meetup.com, dude.
Right?
You'll be fine.
Exactly.
I'm into forensic pathology.
Right?
Like, you'll be fine.
You'll make lots of friends.
You have a job. Like, you don't have coworkers. They're in the same stuff you're into.
I was about to say, no, in the comics, he is friends with his coworkers.
Exactly.
He's got friends, yeah.
I just don't like that they were going. Yeah, it felt really
weird.
Forced. I do like Diana in the scene with Batman, with Bruce Wayne. Those, when they're just
too. That's a great.
That was an actually good scene, and I like their reactions. How Bruce Wayne's kind of like, yeah, it was more or less. So he said no. Yeah, he said no.
Yeah, he said no.
Cyborg, I mean, I've always loved the character, but when I'm seeing just how totally CGI he is and the way he moves his mouth, it kind of reminds me of a ventriloquist dummy. It's like, I can literally see like slits on the side of his
you can kind of see it. Yeah.
And that's all I'm seeing from him. It's like very
It looks
rough,
good when he doesn't talk. Like when he's just standing there, it looks good.
It looks great. Yeah, but when he talks, it's like about to say, it's like, his bottom half of his face is not
coming off.
It's not mechanical. It's like wood glue. Sorry.
Well, and I was telling them when I was getting together pictures for our 10th episode of the news, and I talk about San Diego Comic-Con in the news, and the best picture I could find of that's not like people slapping characters in, that doesn't have Grant Gustin in it. all the characters look like real people, but Cyborg looks like a CGI monster. Like, he just looks terrible. The picture, if that's the one you choose to use, go look at News 10. You'll see. It's terrible. Like, it just looks very bad to me. He should have metal, right?
Yeah,
like,
on him.
metal all over him. Maybe some bits of
and
real
that's
metal.
not hard to do. Like,
and then
you could do
patches
pieces
of green.
Yeah.
And then they could go in and add these elements to make them standard to make him look a little more built up. You know, RoboCop meets.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because they didn't do a bad job in the
Vision,
new
maybe.
RoboCop. The new RoboCop, they didn't do that bad.
That's not a good movie, but yeah.
No, I mean, it looks good. And then they didn't do so bad with the Vision either. I thought Vision looked great in the last movie.
Yeah.
So they could have gone that route.
It's real weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Hopefully, when we get, it's sort of like that scene when we reviewed Batman v Superman trailer, and I thought the Batman looked like a putty monster for a minute on that when he hits the wall and turns and flies off the ground.
Right. Yeah.
In the trailer, it's so quick, and it just looked like Harry Potter riding his broom in the first film when they didn't have the budget.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I mean, not that bad. But I was like, oh, that doesn't look very good. In the film, it was fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was an early.
And
so
it could be. It could just be early things that they don't keep. The actor who's playing Cyborg looks really good. Like the parts that you could see
Fisher,
before,
Ray Fisher.
Before he turns into Cyborg, he looks good. So I can't wait to see how they do the transformation. And of course, they have Joe Morton, I think, playing his dad. Isn't it who it is?
Something like that.
I think it is.
I think so.
That's Dr. Stone.
I love him so much. But that wasn't in the trailer. Besides the 2 points that I mentioned, it might be a good movie. It might turn out to be not so bad. It would be really great if they find a different Superman. That would be really great.
It could also be Ben Affleck.
Why did you say that name?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon as Superman.
All in all, I think Wonder Woman looks great. Justice League looks terrible.
Yeah.
It just does not. I mean,
it doesn't.
It doesn't look. The trailer doesn't look as bad as BVS. But
no, it doesn't
look good.
But I don't think. I really think that's going to be a movie. Wonder Woman will be a movie that will probably go to the regular theaters and not worry about. Probably not IMAX, but regular theaters. Justice League will be one that will either go to the cheapy movie theater to see, or we might just wait for it to be Redboxed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big time comic book film, so we probably will wind up seeing it in the theater, but
we might not go that first week.
Yeah,
because
I'm not going to be happy about it.
Wonder Woman will probably be the first week. Like, I think I want to see that. But Justice League, it'll be like. But then there's Suicide Squad.
Yeah, let's see. What do you guys think about Suicide Squad's new trailer?
It's a definite departure from the previous two trailers because the previous two had fun rock. You had Ballroom Blitz and Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, and it was supposed to be fun and energetic and definitely a different tone from BVS. Then you come to this soundtrack remix trailer, and it's a lot of like dark hip hop, and it just
didn't fit. Like it would be
good
fine.
Songs.
Yeah,
good songs.
It didn't match.
Some good pieces, but it didn't work. Well, and the thing that I find most disturbing about that is all the news is they called it back the actors and spent all this money to do reshoots because they don't want to be too serious, and then they released their most serious trailer yet. And it's very weird.
It's a weird trailer.
It doesn't come off.
And it's long, too. Well. It's like almost 3 minutes long, I think it was. This one, out of all of them, made me not want to see the movie most.
I hate this
it just, it's not that good. Part of the problem for me, though, is that they're still trying to stick with this PG-13. It's a villain's movie. They've got all these great, like, killers. These are psychopathic killers. It should almost feel like a horror movie. Like it should be really bad. Like everything is happening.
You know what really bothered me about this trailer? Because all the other trailers, you get like snippets, like Will Smith doing the "We Gotta Save the World" stuff, and you're like, okay, whatever. And you kind of get some of these moments where he's like, remember, we're the bad guys. I always kind of like that line from Will Smith in the other two trailers, or have I just been in the second trailer?
Yeah.
But what's really weird about this one is I feel like we just got a lot more of what's going on when he says that. Like sitting around a bar and he's like, it was good to ride with you guys. Like this whole thing that felt like it's so odd.
It's
like,
really weird.
Go watch the new trailer. We already did. That's why we're talking about it. You go watch it and tell me that isn't the strangest.
He seems like a good guy out of place with the bad guys.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't feel like he's a bad guy at all. And I kind of feel like Will Smith has gotten into this like rut of playing the same kind of character for like the past.
Except for After Earth, that was just.
I don't think I saw that
wasn't
movie.
a character.
Did I see that
was
movie?
just him like.
I don't think I saw that
That's just him
movie.
talking in monotone.
Through the whole movie, to make his son look better. He's just been in this rut, and this movie feels like all the other ones lately that he's been doing, where he looks like the same exact character, the same kind of jokes. It doesn't feel like he stretched himself at all for this role. He's just playing a kind of a bad guy.
He's playing a Will Smith type.
Right? Really? Like, that's...
It's odd.
I don't know.
think it works. Do you think it works?
The Deadshot character has a long history, and it has semi of an interesting backstory. I mean, not really too in depth. I mean, he is a father, first and foremost, at least later on in the stories. But he's not a crazed killer. He's an assassin. He's a mercenary. He just does his job. You know, he's not crazy. He's just hired to do whatever. He's very business, and that's what it all comes down to.
And you don't get that
everything.
feel though. But you don't get that feel at all, like that it's a job or that it's I'm a mercenary and let's get our job done. It doesn't feel like that at all. I think the most one that feels like her character is Harley Quinn and Viola.
Well, I think we can all agree that
Viola Davis.
The best reason to see this movie is going to be Viola Davis.
Yeah, Viola Davis is the perfect choice for a Amanda Waller character. And she's really the only reason why I want to see the movie. Like, that's it. All of her scenes are probably going to be amazing. Out of the 3 DC movies, there's only one that we're excited about, and that's Wonder Woman. And that one looks amazing. The other 2, we'll probably go see it, like BVS, but we're not going to be happy about it.
I was excited for Suicide Squad with the original 2 trailers.
Really?
Especially with the Queen and Sweet trailers. But this one, where it's like they call the soundtrack remix, it just kind of turned me off. I'm really not sure about seeing it in theaters now.
Any final thoughts about the DC trailers that we got?
We're going to see it, and we'll bring you the review when it comes out, but don't expect anything good for Justice League.
Yeah, with Wonder Woman, it was an actual full official trailer. With Justice League, it was just a specific sizzle reel, so to speak, for whole age of San Diego Comic-Con. As for what was with Suicide Squad, I don't know what the hell that was.
It was bad.
It was
really bad. They called it a
2
trailer.
thumbs down.
They called it a trailer, but it was they had this the specific name of remix of a soundtrack trailer. It was a specialty trailer, not an official trailer, but a special one, like a TV spot.
Whispered repetition.
Catchphrase.